So what's happening? It's going down tonight. So I'm doing a review and I'm going to talk about the good things and bad things. This is an actual real review, a person who actually has played the game for many hours, many days. This video is going to be legit official. You see, everybody, all those famous YouTubers, all them people that have been making the videos, reviews for Sonic Forces, that's really more of a first impressions because they beat the story and then they're done with the game. They stop playing the game. They don't bother doing the red rings. They don't bother doing the number rings. They don't bother doing the moon medals. They don't bother doing anything else. They just beat the story, give the review of the game, and complain about the game. They don't really play the game too much. A lot of people on the videos I did see, they hate the OC maker thing and they hate the OC idea in general. And it's just been mostly a hate and mostly a first impressions. It hasn't really been a review. I haven't seen any YouTube video out there where they actually give a good review about the good things and bad things. They just mostly complain and whine and moan. That's literally what they do in every review that I've seen on YouTube. In this video, I'm going to take the time to talk about the bad things and talk about the good things. Okay, so originally I didn't record this part, so I wanted to add it real quick before I finish the video. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the bad stuff, but keep in mind I will probably agree or I'll probably give you my personal input on what some people have said the bad things are. So yeah, let's just keep that in mind. I think Sonic Forces is a great game. It's a good game, no doubt about it. I enjoy the heck out of it. I had played over 20 hours of the game. I'm still loving it, making them OCs, getting them red rings, trying to beat the game in a certain time, beat the levels, etc. I've had so much fun with this game. This game is not the best game in the world, but it's not the worst game in the world in the Sonic franchise. At the end of the video, I'll give you my rating from 1 out of 10. But for now, let's talk about the good things and the bad things. So for now, we're going to talk about the bad things people have said and some of the things that I think were bad. So let's get this show on the road. Number one biggest complaint has had to be Classic Sonic. Classic Sonic, at first I told everybody he still could be played fast because everyone says he's slow, but there is a certain way to make him go fast. As long as you know the pattern, as long as you know what you're doing, there's still a way to make Classic Sonic play fast. But one thing I gotta agree with some people is he doesn't play like Sonic Mania Classic Sonic, and that is true. Even though he has the drop dash, even though he has the color scheme, Classic Sonic and Sonic Forces does not actually play very well. I have gone through this dilemma while doing some of the missions to beat him at a certain time on Classic Sonic stages. He loses a lot of momentum and speed in some places, and it's ridiculous. And also when you're going down hills and when you go into, spin dash and stuff, it's just ridiculous. Sometimes you slow down and it makes no sense. The mechanics for Classic Sonic are really bad. I could even admit that, but there is still a way to make him go fast as long as you try not to think of him as Sonic Mania Classic Sonic and just see him as Sonic Forces Classic Sonic. This has been a big problem for a lot of people that just came out Sonic Mania and wanted to play Sonic Forces. The complaint has been about Classic Sonic the majority of every video I've seen. And even though he doesn't play like Sonic Mania Classic Sonic, at the end of the day he still plays pretty decent. If you get the whole mechanics going on, you could still play him pretty good. He is not going to be that great. He'll be just like a regular old school platformer type, but overall he's not that bad. It's not the best mechanics for Classic Sonic, and it's not the worst. It's pretty decent once you understand what makes you go fast and what makes you have more momentum and how to not avoid disrupting your momentum. He plays pretty decent. And one of the things I gotta say, sometimes the level design is just really bad. In my eyes, some of the levels are really bad that help disrupt the speed momentum and make you feel like you're going slower. And his max speed is just not there. I feel like they could have made them go faster, but they decided not to, maybe because they didn't want people to go through the stages really fast. But they could have done something by extending the stages a little bit longer. But I guess, I don't know what they were thinking, but that's one of the complaints. And even though I do agree on some parts, I still feel like he's still pretty decent, even in the game. The OC. Now, before this game even came out, people were already complaining about the OC. People thought it was cringy. People thought it was terrible. People thought it was, pointless and useless. And people just didn't like that. A lot of people think it was the worst feature added. And I think it was a great feature, having something more different and new. And I thought it was great. But, not in the sense for other people. Other people hated the thing with a passion. They thought it was terrible. A lot of people wanted to just play as Sonic. They don't really care about the OC stages. They just want to play as regular modern Sonic or classic Sonic. They don't want to pretty much play this whole, avatar, new character. Because we all know, you guys should probably already know this. But let's be honest. How long is he going to be here? How long is the OC or Avatar is going to be in Sonic franchise? I feel like we're not going to see the Avatar later in the future, and some people already speculate saying that's why it's pointless having the Avatar, because he's probably not going to be put in any future games. Possibly he is, and possibly not. We don't know. We don't know what Sega is going to be coming up with later in the future. But that doesn't mean that you gotta, down the whole game just because of that. I thought it was a really good situation. The story based on Eggman taking over 99% of the world, you're going to have some resistance. You're going to have some people wanting to fight back to protect their world because Sonic wasn't there at the time. You got to realize it's going to happen in a real life basis. Some people are going to have to step up and try to do whatever they can to save the world that's getting dominated. It's pretty much common sense. Now, I do have to say that some people I feel like they just wanted to find something to complain. The OC levels, I think, are not that bad. They're pretty good. It's not as fast as Sonic or classic Sonic stages, but he's not supposed to have Sonic speed. He's just a regular bystander character, just a character that uses the Wispons and pretty much gets around places like that. He's not supposed to be like a unique power character. He mostly depends on technology. And you got a lot of good Wispons that are just really great to use. And it's just so awesome. Everything that you use is just so different and can get you through the level much faster or much slower or much better, whichever preference you prefer. Some boss levels with the Avatar are just much faster and some are just much slower. Some people have said that the Avatar stages are quote-unquote easy, but come on, man. It's okay. You're just going against robots most of the time. And pretty much that's going to be our next discussion. So let's begin with that one. The enemies. The enemies, they're not that great. The badniks, they're like really useful. Not useful, but really worthless. The first badnik just stands there, does nothing, just looks at Sonic, and I get that, but that's the first level. Usually first levels are really passive. It's not that crazy hard, but later on they do shoot, and you do got other badniks and stuff, but a lot of people feel like the game was just too easy with these badniks. They're not really threatening, and it's really easy and really no challenge and stuff. And yeah, in a sense it is true. I wouldn't say no, because it is true. Most of the badniks are so easy to kill. You don't really got to put too much effort in it. I know, that's a bad thing, but come on, let's be honest. Not all badniks from previous Sonic games were that annoying. All of them were pretty easy to kill too. But I guess people really just got to complain about this one too. But come on. If you look at Sonic 1, there really isn't that much threatening, badniks either. Yeah, the difference is that they probably just move a lot, but, compared to the forces that just mostly stand around. So I guess, in a sense, forces, badniks are not that great, because they just stand still most of the time. But hey, it's forgiven, I guess. For me, I personally, I don't think it's too bad. I think it's okay. You know, I mostly bought this game for the story. I didn't expect to have this game to be super challenging. I knew for the fact when I first bought this game wouldn't be that challenging. I knew it was mostly based on the story, but you know, this game is more, you know, it was made mostly for, I would say, children. You know, deny me or agree with me, I feel like this was mostly to introduce more newer, you know, Sonic fans. New people who have never played Sonic. And I think that's why the badniks aren't, you know, that threatening, but, or, you know, probably they just wanted to make a game and just put it out there to see if they could make a game just based on the story and stuff. But who knows? The badniks aren't great, but they're still pretty fun, and you still get hit by them, so even though some of them stand still a lot, you could still get hit by them, so don't be too shocked if you get hit by them. I haven't seen anyone who hasn't, so there's that. The length of the game. So earlier I said that most people made reviews, but they're more of a first impression. They beat the story mode and then they're done with it, and they said the game sucks and the game is too short. Now, personally, like I said, they're not getting red rings, they're not getting number rings, they're not getting moon medals, they're not trying to beat at a certain pace, they're not doing challenges, missions, etc. They're just being the story and they're done with the game. That's literally what they're doing. The game, the story, it's really short. You could beat it in 2 to 4 hours or even longer if you're not that good at Sonic. But overall, the game isn't that bad. The story was great. I know the story was, you know, pretty short, and I did get to beat the game in 3 hours, but that wasn't the problem because I'm still playing. I've got over 20 hours of Sonic Forces because I've just been enjoying trying to beat the levels really fast as I can, and I've been doing red rings and I've been doing number rings, you know, moon medals, doing missions, all that stuff. I've been having a blast, even though people complain about the story being so short. Come on, man, seriously? Come on. I know modern Sonic games are typically a little bit, you know, a little bit longer, depending on which modern game we're talking about. But in generic, Sonic games have really never been that long. If you look at the classic Sonic games, they're short. If you look at, you know, pretty much Sonic Adventure, yeah, I'm talking about the first one. That one's short too. If you know what you're doing, it's a really short game. Just doing, you know, Sonic's story. It's just always been a short game, to be quite honest. The games have always kind of been short, so the fact that this game was short and it was only $40, that's right, the price does make a difference. And it was only $40, I didn't really care. I knew the game wasn't going to be that long. It's $40. I feel like people just needed to find something to whine about, but I don't think the story is good. In its length, it's good. The replayability on the game is just so high. It's just incredible. I just enjoy the heck out of it. So yeah, I mostly heard about the length of the game. I haven't heard anybody complain about how much levels there is. But like I said before, it's really great. It's really great. Level hate. Okay, so I'm gonna call this category level hate because most people have complained about the game being too fast and too slow. Yes, different dilemmas for different people. Okay, so some people say that the Avatar stages are really slow, and they say Classic Sonic is slow, and they pretty much say modern Sonic is just too fast with the boost being broken and stuff. I don't think so. People have found workarounds on every single character. You know, there's people out there, I haven't even watched any videos, but I'm sure there's some people that make Sonic, you know, Classic Sonic so fast. And don't get me wrong, man, people already made Avatar fast. That drill Wispon, OP, man, OP. And everybody just be, damn, using that thing. Like, that's like the legit Wispon. If you want to go fast, if you think the Avatar stages are too slow, get that drill Wispon and go through them levels like bam. And modern Sonic, even though people say he's already fast with the broken boost, abuse that boost. There's a bunch of ways you can even abuse it even more. So, I don't know, the complaining about the levels being, you know, too short or, you know, characters being too slow or too fast, It's ridiculous. The levels I think are really great. You know, do I think they're short? Yeah, in a way, if you're going through it really fast. But if you're just having a casual walk, you could beat a stage like in 5 minutes just walking, you know? Taking your sweet time and not trying to beat it fast. It depends how you play the game. Sonic is supposed to be a fast-paced game. For the people who are complaining about it being too fast, it's just ridiculous, to be honest. Some people say that the complete of the game really short, and then they're saying that the levels are just too short. But come on, dude. It's Sonic. The whole purpose is beating the game really fast and going really fast in the first place. How long have you been playing Sonic? Like, that's a legit question. Now, here's one of the things that I think is bad. This is my perspective in what I think the game was bad. This is probably the only bad thing that I saw from the game, and that is the pointless, literally the pointless thing they did in the game. They showed you Vector, they showed you Charmy, Espio, Knuckles, Amy, Tails. They showed you all these characters. They showed you Rouge, but you guys never really got to play them as those characters. And I thought that was pretty dumb. The fact that we didn't get to use none of these characters, it feels like Knuckles was just in the headquarters the whole time in the intercom or the communication, you know, room, talking to you the whole time. He didn't do anything. All he did was stay in the communication room, literally. Yeah, there was that one scene where they all gathered together and they're gonna go against the Eggman army. That one scene, yeah, I know, but we never got to play as those characters, and I felt that was really terrible in Sega's part. Why are you gonna show us all these great characters and not let us play them? It just made no sense. I thought it was dumb, and I thought it was terrible. That was like legit my only big complaint about the game. Overall, the game is nice and it's fun, but let's be honest, the world was not saved because of Sonic, classic Sonic, and Avatar. It was saved with everybody. Everyone put a part, but we never really got to play as any of them. We got to play as Shadow, but overall, it would have been nice if we could play as any character we wanted. Kind of like when you play a stage, they'll let you pick which hero you want to play that stage. It would have been nice, but I guess they didn't really think about that. So pretty much that was the stuff that people complained about, that said it was bad, and also that is some of the things that I thought was pretty bad. So we're done with the bad section. Let's talk about the good stuff, that good juicy stuff, that stuff that people want to hear about. Let's get this. The music. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Doesn't matter who rated the game bad, doesn't matter who rated the game good, doesn't matter who rated the game okay. Everybody will tell you that the music is great. I haven't heard anyone that has said the game is bad say that the music sucks. Everybody that has gave negative reviews towards Sonic Forces has said in their videos that the music is great. You know, I have not heard anyone complain about it. Obviously, the people who love the game and have given the game a positive review will tell you that Sonic Forces music is great as well. The music is just on point. It's really great. I enjoy it. You enjoy it. Everybody enjoys it. What else could I say? The Avatar. That's right. We're talking about the Avatar again. Though there's people who hated it, the people who enjoy the game love it. I didn't really care too much about the Avatar. When I saw it, I was like, okay. I didn't really care. But I fell in love with it, man. I fell in love with it. I've been making a lot of OCs. You got Edgy the Raven. You got Noodle the Poodle. You got Sandy the Rabbit. You got Neko the Maid. Even though I gotta change that one. For that one, I gotta change the name. It's still in process, okay? And you got Punk the Bear. Oh man, I've been making, you know, these are all beta names, okay? Prototype names, people. So cut me some slack. But I've enjoyed making OCs. I've even made stories for my OCs because I just loved it. I got really creative. Like I said before, when I found out about the Avatar thing, I really didn't care about it on Sonic Forces. But I fell in love with it, and I like it, and I thought it was really, really, really good. Unlockables. Now, if you don't know, if you get an S grade, if you get red rings, if you beat a level, if you do submissions, you get to unlock new gear for your avatar. This is so damn good, no doubt about it. Now, It's just the thing is that there's a lot of games out there who literally you can't unlock certain items unless you buy it as content, you know, costume skins, whatever. And that's what has made gaming really bad these days, is you have to buy stuff. But Sonic Forces, they give you the ability to actually unlock stuff like crazy. You just gotta do stuff and you unlock new parts, and it's great. I know there's games like Overwatch where you could, you know, level up your character and you get like a loot crate, and then you can have a chance people, because no guaranteed, you'll get an item, you'll get a skin. But you know, I've opened like over 30 chests and I think I've only gotten skin colors into actual skins while playing that game. It's like really hard, and that's what, you know, sucks about current gaming. I think that's one of the best features they added. Not many games do that anymore, where you could pretty much unlock anything by yourself without having to pay money. And I'm pretty sure there's like charts out there on the internet to be able to unlock certain stuff that you want for your character. So you don't have to do every mission if you don't want to. Maybe you want certain items, you could go on the internet, look up for that part, how to unlock it, and you could just do that one specific mission. You know, who knows? People are not all perfectionists, so it's not that bad. Objectives. What are objectives? We got red rings, we got S grades, we got, you know, pretty much missions that they give you, daily quests, etc. You got a lot of replay value. That's one thing that's, you know, incredible about this game. You know, I think it's really a good thing. The fact that they give you all that stuff was pretty much amazing. If the game didn't actually have this stuff, I would pretty much say it would have just been, you know, a pretty bad game, due to the fact that the game was really short. But if it didn't have this extra stuff, these objectives, these missions and stuff, the game would have been very critiqued. You know, it would have been hated a lot, even by the people who love the game. I feel like they did a good job making the game a little bit more extended. When you make a short game, you want to put more objectives so you could have people replay the game, and that's what they did. They did a really good job, and I, you know, give them a round of applause for that, because that was a smart move. Overall, Sonic Forces is a really good game. It's not the best game in the Sonic franchise, and it's not the worst game in the Sonic franchise. But overall, it's a good game, and I give this game an 8 out of 10. That's right, 8 out of 10, because it has a lot to offer. Classic Sonic is a little bit not that great, but that could be forgiven for all the other features that they put. I do feel like the game was a bit short, but still provided a lot of replay value. I'm still playing the game till then, but the thing is, I feel I might not play this game after I 100% it. That's why I give it an 8 out of 10, because it's going to be a long time until I 100% the game, but I am sure I'm going to have a heck of a time. I just feel that they should probably add some more stuff in the future, but 8 out of 10 is not that bad. It's a good game, no doubt about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This was Destroying Sanity, and I'm the bad